What?
Mike Bjorkman!
What is it?
You gotta be kidding me! Oh wait!
Oh my goodness gracious!
I'm on the Serpa Show. I gotta get crazy. Ah! Brosif! Brohemius! What's up, handsome? This guy sold off franchises to join eXp. If you are a business broker owner, if you are an independent, if you are somebody who prides themselves on their own business, thank God that the business god, Mike Bjorkman, is here. Goodness gracious. Welcome to the Serpa Show, Broseph. What's up, brother? How the heck are you today? You're always good. I had to start that out, man. You said something the other day that blew my mind. I don't need that crap, right? Unplug that. So here's what you said the other day. Yes. You said, you are socially awkward. And that's why I wanted to do this, to prove you're not, because anybody that wants to have fun does stuff like that. Your beard is a little awkward, but I love it on you. It looks good, baby. So well, let's go. Let's talk about it. They told me, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. They told me that they decided on a new name for me. They said I'm a business brony or something like that. I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take it. Why not? Handsome. Oh, what's up, baby? Thank you so much for doing the show. It made a lot of sense for me when I knew that you came to eXp, and we're going to get there in a minute because today is your 33-day anniversary of being at eXp. Heck yeah. Your internet or mine, dang it. How are the waters at eXp? Dude, so what everybody does is the day they join eXp is they do this super live video, right? And I'll never forget this. Nick Baldwin, right, from Lab Coat Agent says, you're not at eXp yet. You haven't done a live video. It's not official. And I was thinking, you know what's better? I'm going to do a 30-day video. And I'm still going to do that. And it's like 34 days now, but I'm going to do it. But what I wanted to do is we all knew, and Brent Gove taught me something, said, look, dude, I'm going to try this company. And if after 30 days, if it doesn't work out, if it's not everything I expected, I can go to any brokerage in town. They'll write me a big fat check, and they will give me 4 corner offices, and I can go back. So what I did is I tried the 30 days. In this 30 days has been absolute heaven, bliss, real estate oasis, and I can't wait to talk about it later. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to give it 10 minutes. It's 11:35 a.m. right now. We'll put it on the clock. We're not going to, for those of you that are just tuning in that are like, I don't want to hear about more eXp, we're going to give you guys 10 minutes of REO. I would love to talk some NLP with you. All right. And I would love to talk NLP, REO, that kind of good stuff, and coaching with a guy that is my mentor. You said something, and a lot of people, let's take that down here. A lot of people are really, they meet people, okay, in their lives that tell them things are going to be okay, bro. And when I met you, I had just kind of come into I'd started the team. The team was really just started taking off, and we met through Club Wealth, which was great for both of us. And we had an opportunity there to get a chance to talk. And I said, man, I'm just super freaked out about a down market. Because this was like 3 years ago, I think, that we met. And I said, I'm super freaked out about a down market. He says, everything is going to be okay. You'll make even more money in a down market. Heck yeah. You know the right people. And this is one of those things where REO, you said, if it happens, REO will be different, but it'll look like, so it will come in a different package, but the opportunity will be there. And so can you kind of tell me, and the comparison's already there between REO and eXp, where people are seeing that sort of opportunity there. As a guy that recognizes trends, what did you see in REO in that market that made you jump into it? Man, back in the REO days, and I got in late. Remember, I built a property management company from 2007 to 2010. Once I conquered that market, I said, well, geez, everybody else is getting rich on REO. I want to do that too. So that's when I started hanging out with Golden and Zagorski and those guys, and they really hooked me up. I had 12 accounts in 90 days. And then, dude, it got addicting. I loved it. I loved helping the banks. I loved traveling. I loved making new friends. I loved everything about it. You know,
Right.
in LA, where we're at, I had over 100 assets, and that's a lot for LA. I mean, I wasn't like Brent Conley. When I met him, he had 600. You know, Zagorski had a couple hundred. Golden had like 300-400. But I had 100, and that was enough. Dude, I couldn't even afford the freaking lock boxes. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So, but it's very similar. You know, it's kind of it's all about networking, who you know, and it's cool to be in that realm of national. There's nothing local about REO. It's national. Everybody you know, everything you do, it's just national. There's no borders. There's no one MLS. It's just wide and spread, and it's just very cool. You know, there's banks everywhere. There's hedge funds everywhere. And I think this time it's going to be even better if we have it again.
Yeah.
I think the banks really learned a lesson. And I think what they're going to do is what they started to do with me towards the tail end. They were assigning short sales in bucket loads. That's way better, right? The owner's cooperative. They haven't destroyed the house. They know they're going to get cash for keys, and they get a good agent that knows what they're doing. I think they're just going to start handing us short sales this time, and I don't think we're going to have to deal with too many REO. I think they'll stop that before it happens, and I think the relationships we're re-nurturing now, I think will be everything that matters for a nice, smooth transition into a default market. So I'm excited.
Really interesting here, and this is something that I think that a lot of people would probably not have picked up on, but you've said something continuously. You said relationships, and you've said helping people, and that's something that you have kind of gone back to throughout the course of your business, which I have seen. You're the guy that dresses up at the party, that connects people. You're the guy that goes and MCs at a nonprofit and connects the nonprofit with the funds and then chips in. You're a connector of people, and so what you've been able to do through REO was connect the person that has the asset with the person that could sell the asset. Same thing that we're doing really with eXp. So Zagorski, Golden, they bring you into this opportunity. It's life-changing, life-altering for you. But you told me something. You said you were working in property management before REO.
Yeah.
And now you're managing over 700 doors, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we're somewhere between 600 and 700, depending on the market's so volatile right now. Everybody's panic selling.
Yeah.
We're trying to hurry up and keep our portfolio. So let's just guess and say 600 to be conservative. But dude, here's what I learned in 2007, and this is so important for our listeners right now. Predictable monthly cash flow. That's what property management brings you. Residual income. Right? That's something that I learned was so awesome. Whether I'm in the Bahamas or in the Bronx, I'm making money. I'm getting a paycheck every week, every month, and it's a really big deal to have that coming in. Money that you can count on. But not only that, when you have money that you count on, you can use the money for marketing, overhead, whatever you want to explode your sales. And the most important thing about that is our exit strategy / freedom. Nobody got in this business to work 16-hour days, yet here we are doing that. So between property management, REO, eXp, I'm doing what I want, how I want, when I want, and living life to the fullest, man. I'm like, oh God.
So that's a big
thing. Not to cuss with you now. I know you don't want to cuss on your show, but man.
I try not to. We haven't gotten flagged yet, and every single one of our shows have gone over 1,000 views in the first 24 hours. So at some point or another, some hater's going to do it, and whatever, it's going to happen. But I don't, we'll get it back on. We'll be okay. We'll survive. We'll eat, right, Bjorkman? So,
exactly.
So at the end of the day, brother, you said predictable income, which is not a super sexy topic. People don't really love to talk about that. But when you're managing over 600 doors, you're setting yourself up and you're setting your family up for a down market, which is a big deal. Okay. So
market down, property management goes up. So it's a pretty big deal,
Yeah. And so let me go ahead and let's update you on some comments because we already got a lot of them. And then what I would like to do is maybe actually, you know what? Tell me right now, you're looking for partners, right, with property management?
Yes, good people like you.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about property management. Man, I don't even know how to put the partner opportunity, and then just I'll spell the opportunity right. So hey guys, listen, this is a guy that knows how to create wealth. This is a guy that has told me that you can make money for you and your family in whatever market. And he told me that out of a place of love, out of a place of abundance, not a place out of greed. So Bjorkman has told me, Serpa, I run this property management company. We manage over 600 doors. If you want to become a partner in this, I can bring you in on it. So can you tell everybody watching at home what you told everybody at Lab Coat and how they could become a partner?
It's really simple. Most brokers / agents at some point in their life want to get into property management. They've had, nobody wants to sell their house until they thought of renting it and vice versa. They just go together, right? So every agent, every broker's thought about it, wanted to do it. Here's the problem. Where do I start? How do I do it? Seems like a lot of liability, which it is. I don't have the staff. I don't have the bandwidth. And most of all, I don't want to stop selling houses because that's where the big money's at, right?
Yeah.
So how do you get from 0 to 100 properties where I can afford the staff and do all this stuff? Well, really you can't. So the system that we've devised, and we've tried a bunch of different ways. We tried teaching the agents. My partner and I, we charge $5,000 a day for a course. We trained probably 1,000 agents over the years. And just 2011 and 2012, I think it was, the agents couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. So now what we've offered is we kind of have like a white label service / we'll do the hard part. So anything that we can do from corporate, we'll do for you at corporate. Anything that needs boots on the grounds, that is where the agent / buyer's agent / assistant / admin comes in. So if we need a lockbox hung, a showing, a listing taken, that's all you, right, down in Temecula. You're going to do all that. Any type of accounting, background checks, any type of true management, maintenance, we're going to do from our end. So what we do is we just simply split the fees, right? So It only works in higher priced areas, right? Because we have a minimum of $100 a month that we collect. But if you feel your average price is anywhere from $200 to $2,500, we can make it work. So it's freaking amazing. It's just it's perfectly in sync, collaboration. And the best part is the agent or the broker, wherever we're at, gets all of the sales. And that's what we really want to
don't understand the opportunity that you just broke down for them. What you said was, listen, I will just help you with the management. I will take over the lion's share of the admin stuff and a bunch of the legal crap. I will set you up for success. And then when they come along and they want to sell, I'll bring it back to you.
Yeah.
So not only are you creating wealth for them that will be substantial and sustainable through property management and handling a lot of the overhead and a lot of the work and setting up by already being an established leasing company, but now you're going to hand the sell back to them. And how much of the cut are you taking for the sell when you pass it back?
Nothing. We're not taking anything. So we want to create leads driven for you, the broker or the agent. So if you have 100 properties, I can almost guarantee you're going to get 20% of your portfolio in sales or at least referrals. So my job is to coach people like you how in the world to market these properties to attract sellers, how to turn tenants into buyers. So your buyer's agents are loving life. They're totally busy. Your sellers absolutely love you. They deal with you before they go to the discount companies. Everybody's happy, but yet you have a freaking database paying you every month. So when you call and say, what's up? They're like, dude, Mike, thanks for calling. How's my house? Instead of, Mike, I don't want to sell my house yet. Dude, it's just a perfect freaking storm. I mean, all stars align. Everything is beautiful. It's just the way it is, man. Dude, it's another reason that.
And what's wild is so you set yourself up with property management. You set yourself up for all markets to be successful in all markets. And the market is changing. Yeah. We've already seen it. The rates just went up. They're going to go up probably twice again next year, which means that you're going to see a shift. And a shift is not a bad thing. So don't freak out. Everything's going to be okay. But what a shift means is that the opportunities change. And the people that see the patterns early are able to capitalize on those. So what do you see the market doing? And what are some opportunities that you see, Mike?
Well, the market shifted already here. And if you look at my podcast and some of my training that I do for agents, it's definitely here. So we're working on that. How do we survive in a shifting market? It's just a matter of tuning up some of our skills, working harder on listings, paying closer attention to our listings, communicating with the sellers better, negotiating better, right? We got to negotiate harder on repair requests and all that stuff. And we actually have to do our job, which is weird, you know. You got to get a buyer to come up, a seller to come down, and you know, and really try harder. So there's just hours and hours of scripts and dialogues that you need to use. And as an agent, you should be practicing your skill set at least 1 hour a day. So when you do come across this, you don't get fired after 2 or 3 weeks. You got to know your marketing. You got to do your marketing. There's so much you actually have to do as an agent now. And it's nice because all the ding-dongs get weeded out of the business right now. And the strong, the hustlers will survive and thrive. Not just survive, but thrive.
That's right.
So much opportunity out there. You just got to know what to look for and grab it in time. Pay close attention. That's the thing. You got to know your numbers, know your statistics, all that.
You've brought up something that I've kind of heard as a sentiment that has been repeated again and again on this show. When the market shifts, you have to get better with service. It used to be that tech cut it. It used to be that tech would be able to cheat you through a transaction where you had no idea what you were doing. That market doesn't really exist anymore. You can't just list with your brother or your uncle or your dad. And more people are coming to me like they're coming to you, and they're saying, listen, I don't want to list with my dad. Listen, I don't want to list with my friend. Listen, I don't want to list with my, whoever, my next door neighbor. Because they know that not just anybody can get it done anymore. It takes somebody looking at it and being like, okay, what is the consumer thinking right now? What is their purchasing power? What's still on the market? What can I do? And it comes down to the negotiation. It's not about the marketing anymore. It really doesn't matter. And I'm sorry to say so, but it's true. It doesn't really matter so much with the virtual tour. People just click through the pictures now. Everyone has a virtual tour, and I know that your son is a part of that industry.
Yeah, Mom.
The thing is like you have to pay attention to things like this. That's what sets people over in the luxury market. That's what brings people over to the next level. And you could question other people for not offering that. Always have disdain for what you can't offer, right? 48 laws of power. But at the end of the day, everyone has it now. So you have to find a way to offer something that people can't. And one of those things is service. That's something that you can't fake the funk on. People want to talk now. People used to, on my team, I never had to talk to them. They never had to talk to David Serpa, ever. Now, in this market, people are wanting to talk to the person whose name is on the sign.
Well,
it's
not
just
only that, you have to, because we're the strong ones. We're the negotiators. We're the powerful ones that know how to help them make good decisions, right? So more important than ever is your market plan. What are you going to do to get my home sold? You can't just put up a sign anymore. You got to listen. Go to teambjorkman.tv, teambjorkman.tv. I just did a quick 15, 20-minute podcast that says no to discount and data companies. And it has a lot of good scripts and dialogues in there for the agents. There's a couple other podcasts on there. It's kind of a newer podcast for us. But, dude, it's a whole different market. It's a whole different. My partner, Tammy Edwards, is the baddest chick I know. She is physically going to people's houses, sitting down and getting offers $50,000, $60,000, $75,000 lower than list price, getting accepted. Not trying to screw a seller. It's because that's the market value, and it changes so rapidly. We need to stay in front of that.
I will take it a step further. And I will say that a lot of times, you're trying to see the win-win. But the sharks are absolutely 100% out there. And in this kind of a market, you kind of have to be one. So like there are times where I can see by the way that a house was listed on the MLS, by the commission that was offered or whatever, I can see that they're desperate, that the seller is headstrong or the agent is dumb or both. And then I tell people, listen, we're going to take advantage of this during the negotiations. And if you're not an agent that can see an opportunity and sees it for people, see it for however predatory that you want to see it for. But I'm absolutely out for my client's best interest, not everyone else's. So let's go ahead and let's update some people on these comments.
I'm going to put my old man shades on.
The dude is a legend. Daron Campbell, $4 billion man. What at one point was the number 2 agent in the world, has been in the top 1% of agents in the last 20 years. He is now at eXp.
He's
Baller.
Love it.
David Golden brought you in. He also brought me in. Our Godfather. Ray Santiago brought him in. David S. Golden, Rosie Rodriguez, and now Mike Bjorkman. I can't wait. Hey, if you haven't figured it out yet, we're all doing it together. Whether you sign up, if you sign up with Mike, I don't profit financially. If you sign up with me, Mike does not profit financially. But when we all own a piece of this company and we're all benefiting, we all want to see each other succeed. So that's why we're on this show. When I still have people in my downline that I still want to talk to, when I still have partners that I want to talk to, this guy, I love him so much. I want to see him succeed because I know that he wants the people around him to succeed. People are saying, hey, you got to tune into this.
We all come from abundance. We're not scared. We don't come from fear. There's enough to go around. And look, here's the honest to God truth. There's only a few people, and they're watching this right now. You know, most of you are on that. Yeah, I want all of us to be able to afford to sit on the same damn yacht, right? I don't want to be alone on a yacht. I want all of us on the island. I want all of us on jets. So we have a crew. We've had a crew for years. I want everybody to stick together and do the right thing. And now we're all financially freaking aligned. We're a true team, and we're national, we're statewide, we're countrywide. Nobody can touch us.
And like, whether you want to be on a yacht or whether you want to take those opportunities and like free yourself up to invest your life in things that you actually enjoy, that you want to do, it's about a shift in the 4-hour work week, which is the mindset that by joining the new rich, you be the person that you want to be, you do the things that you want to do, and then you will have the things that you want to have. This is a sentiment that I've heard echoed in different formats again and again and again. Live the life that you want to live. And part of that is not being a slave to your transaction, but freeing yourself up to live above the transaction. And so all he does is win. Thank you, Golden. Amy Serpa.
That's my song. It's been for a long time.
Yeah, and the thing is, you got into real estate when you were 18. Fresh out of high school. You didn't like go out and like, you know, start a band or like, you know, do all these different crazy things. You were just like, hey, I want to be a real estate agent. I want to create wealth. And you did it and you showed up. And I love it because, you know, not everybody says, hey, man, I want to be a real estate agent when I grow up. But you were out collecting like broker cards and showing up at luncheons when you were 16.
I was broke, man. I didn't come from anything. I was broke and it was all on me. And I said, I want to make more money than a doctor or a freaking lawyer without going to college. And bam.
Dude, let's talk about roots for a second. And I'm big on roots. You said I came from nothing. And one of the you have this great story about your office, which I love, and I want you to share with us. But really quick, break it down for me. Where did you start at 18? Where were you living? And where are you at? What did you just do? And then let's talk about eXp.
Wow. So at 18, I was living in an apartment with a roommate. I got into real estate as an assistant. I got fired immediately because I'm not a real high CRS. I'm kind of a D&I, and that didn't work out so long. So I was sort of like a buyer's agent, but I was under a wing of an agent. I brought him from, you know, top 20 to the number 2 agent at our company at Remax where I worked. Went off on my own, stayed there 19 years, and you know, went to KW for 5, had my HOMESMART franchise for 5, and now here we are.
How old were you? You went off on your own when you were how old?
I was 19.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I was 19 years old and just hustled, man. I was a seminar freak. I went to every learning opportunity available, and I was just a sponge. I stayed up till 3 in the morning every night learning contracts, learning FSBO scripts, learning expireds. Because let's be honest, I was not that I was socially awkward. I don't want to use your word, but I was party boy, right? I was known as the dude that was like doing keg stands. All my friends in sphere of influence, they didn't want to buy a house from me. They didn't trust me as far as they could throw me. I was, you know, just crazy to them. So I had to go meet people that I've never met before and convince them that I was a good agent. So I was dealing with people in their 40s when I was 19 selling their homes. And
they trusted you.
Yeah, because
I trusted you.
That. I really knew what I was doing because I studied hours and hours and hours every day. I literally studied Mike Ferry scripts, literally studied Walter Sanford scripts. I went to, that's all I did was absorb. I was a sponge and I just wanted to know. And then I previewed property 2-3 hours a day. I wanted to know the inventory better than any other agent in this town. And I knew something else. It took a lot of money to make a lot of money. I had to become a household name. I had to brand myself. I always wanted to be a movie star and be famous, so I knew I could never do that. So I wanted to make myself famous in this town, and I just trucked along, and all these things that, real estate's a package. You can't just do 2 out of 10 things. You have to do 10 out of 10 things to explode. And I made sure, dude, I paid my Acura Legend payment at $500 a month back in 91 or whatever that was, before I paid my rent. You know what I mean? It was a big deal for me to look cool and try to, play the part.
So and that's exactly it. It's about, you have to kind of play the part. I tell people a lot of times, like, you fake the funk. You be the person that you want to be first, and then you fill those shoes. Like, it's about setting that stage. There's so many great movies about becoming a rock star. Almost Famous is one of them. You know what I mean? And then there was another one, Rockstar, where he's just like, he just keeps doing it, and he keeps doing it, and then eventually it happens. And I think that, like, you have to treat yourself the way that you want the universe to treat you. And if you are somebody who's like, I'm nothing, I'm a nobody, I'm this, I'm that, and you're filling your life with all this negative self-talk, you're going to be nobody. You're going to be no one. But if you surround yourself with media, if you study, and then if you repeat these things, and then you become somebody who analyzes and then has your own opinions, people will start going to you. It's important to set yourself up like that. What have you done, my brother? Because the thing is, at the end of the day, like, nobody's going to listen to anyone talk about human trafficking until they're Ashton Kutcher. Right. And he's talking about, you know what I mean? Nobody's going to talk to somebody about human trafficking until it's the head of the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
You've helped so many charities around you. You've raised so much money for people around you just because you've lent your name to people. And that's what being famous is. It's having the credibility to lend to other people to be able to have influence.
You're absolutely right.
Let me talk for a minute. And this is one of those things, as a nerd, I love
NLP.
NLP.
Before you do that, I got to say something. You said something that I really want to resonate with our viewers because it's changed my life, and I think it's changed yours quite a bit too. You said something about you have to love yourself, right? Nobody's going to love you until you love yourself. And just this week, Cody Sperber, the clever investor, if you don't follow him, do. Tony Grossiosi, however you say that. This week, both of those guys went live on Instagram, and they just sat there and said, I love myself. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm the most beautiful person on earth. I love the money that I attract. I love helping people. I am the best person. And they're saying this in front of hundreds of thousands of people. They all have millions of followers, right? And they just sat and talked about it. And the energy and the passion and the obsession with themselves flew through my phone at me and completely changed my day. I'm a pretty damn
right now. I can feel it.
I'm a pretty positive person. It takes a lot to get you more than me pumped. And dude, they did it. And I was like, see, that's what you got to do. You have to look into the mirror every day and say, I'm the baddest real estate agent. See, I'm good at filtering now. I'm the baddest real estate agent that ever walked the face of this earth. I'm going to walk into every listing, completely smoke my competition, and I am going to give the best service possible, get them the highest price in the quickest amount of time. When you walk up to that door, they should hear you saying that. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to myself, because what I'm doing is I am pumping myself up so awesomely so you feel the energy and you know, like, and trust me, and you won't even ask questions. You're going to trust me and sign the paperwork now. And boom, it explodes. And that's just it.
Dude.
Sorry, just tangent.
No, it's passion. And the thing is, brother, it's love. That's really what it comes down to. Like, you're one of those people, like, you lead first and you're just like, no. Like, and when you love people, you live in the light. When you love people, you're just like, hey man, here, this is exactly what's going on. This is where I'm coming to you, heart first. And you're one of those people that in my darkest hours, when I was not talking to a whole hell of a lot of any of you, I was talking to Mike Bjorkman. And like, you're a guy who, you came to me, no financial benefit to you at all. And you're just like, hey man, what's up? You know what I mean? And you had people like that around you. Like Zagorski was another one of those guys. that I met that genuinely care about people. You know what I mean? You can't teach that. You can't give it to somebody, but it is infectious.
Yeah, dude, Jesse joined eXp too. Zagorski is with us, dude. Can you believe that? I just hung up the phone with him right before this. God, I hope that's public. Oh.
Really quick.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you this right now.
Oh, God.
I'm not kidding you. On my phone, and you're going to see that my phone is cracked. It says, well, you're not going to be able to see it. It says, call Zagorski. Because I was like, if he has not gotten brought over to, because I've already called him once. And I left him a message a couple of times. And I messaged him on Facebook. I was like, dude, you got to get over to eXp. But today I was like, I'm going to lay it on so thick that he's not going to be able to put it on. It's going to be like peanut butter and molasses. I'm going to go to his hometown. I'm going to hang out at his local coffee house. We're going to have like a vegan coffee latte together. And then I'm going to talk Zagorski into getting his butt cheeks over here. But, dude, I didn't know it. Okay. I'm glad that he's here.
I hope to God that's public knowledge. I should have. Damn it. See, I shouldn't go live on anything. Everything should be editable.
Here's one of the cat's out of the bag. We're not going to edit it.
I'm so sorry, Jesse.
If you have not announced yet that you're at eXp, Bjorkman just did it.
No. This is how I lose friends.
Okay. So, and this is great because I haven't been in that awkward moment where I've had to be like, let's not talk about eXp yet. Let's not talk about eXp yet. Because there's so many things that I love to talk to you about.
And I wanted an hour and we haven't even mentioned it.
Okay, give me. Okay, I want to do NLP and then I want to get to cut and keep. Okay, so for those of you that don't watch, we do the market is shifting. We've established that. What are you cutting? What are you keeping? But before we get there, I want to have you give us, from the godfather of NLP, from the guy that practically wrote the book that has a course online about it. Will you give us some freaking NLP, brother?
I don't know, man.
Please.
Here, let's talk seriously about it, though.
Do it.
David, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Has there ever been a time, looking back, where you felt like there was more? And you really, really, you knew in your heart of hearts that there was something out there for you?
Yeah.
And have you ever had a time where you get the chills and you know something's really real?
Whew.
I wonder if I had a 5-minute conversation with you.
Yeah.
It really showed you how you can change everything in your life. I bet, you know what? I know, as a matter of fact, we could change your life together. If all you got was some really good information to know why every single one of the best agents and teams in the nation were moving, if all you knew is why, would that benefit you? All right. Do me a favor. Pull out your phone.
Okay.
Pull it out.
Okay.
Go to tomorrow.
Okay.
I know there's at least 2 or 3 times that you can make at least 30 minutes for me.
Okay.
Which one would that be?
It's going to have to be in the evening, probably.
But 6 or 7.
What do you want to talk to me about, Mike?
What I want to do is I really want to help you because I know there's a couple questions that you have, and I want to get those answers out for you. Would that be fair?
I'll tell you what, I don't even know why we're going to be hanging out or what we're going to be talking about, but I'm going to be there, Mike Bjorkman, and I love you for it.
That's fantastic.
I know that my life's going to be better because of it.
You're so funny. You know how hard it is.
You told me that with NLP, you said it is the ability. It's practically being a Jedi, right? Which was a cool. For a nerd, I heard being a Jedi, and I was like, being a Jedi. And then this is the joke that I tell about you. I said, it's NLP is the ability to get anyone to do anything at any time. Up until the moment that I had met Mike Bjorkman, I was a clean and sober dude. In 5 minutes of meeting Mike Bjorkman, I was doing heroin. And then was like, I was like, no, I wasn't really doing heroin. I was just joking. I've told that joke inside very conservative offices, and every time it gets a laugh.
Oh God, I love it.
Like Serpa is so weird. I'll tell you what, when you hang out with Mike Bjorkman and David Golden in the middle of the night, it becomes a love fest. You're just like, dude, you're the person that I love. I love you. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about 33 days. So let's talk about this for a second. Broker owner. And that's not something to shrug off, bro. That's not something that like I look at and I'm like, that's something that you had to aspire to get to, that I had no interest in doing, that I tried to avoid at all cost by stepping out. And tell me where your business was before coming to eXp.
Dude, here's what happened. I was at Remax for 19 years. I ended up paying them $100,000 a year in fees. I go, this can't happen. KW came along and there was a lot of benefits, right? There was this cap. Holy crap. I can save 50 grand a year. That's got to be the best company in the world. And what's this profit sharing? You got to be kidding me. I'm in, right? So I was there. I ended up training all the classes. I was the #1 agent there. I was the top recruiter for months and months and months. The biggest check I ever got in my life was $1,200.
#1 agent at what KW?
The what?
You were a #1 agent at KW for when?
I don't know, 5 years ago at our office.
Dude, I didn't realize that you were at KW that recently.
Yeah, just 5 years ago. That's the company I came to before.
That's how quickly you grew HOMESMART? Yeah. Does not process. That makes my head just want to go boom. How long were you at KW?
5.5 years.
Okay, so you were 5 years at KW. And why did you go to KW from where you were at?
Because I wanted to save all the money. Because I was paying 100 grand in fees at Remax, and then I wanted to pay 50 grand at KW, and I thought that was a great deal, right? But that's all we had.
It's always shifted, though. And you look back at stuff like that now, and you look at the flat fees now, and you look at everything now, and you don't realize that at one point, like the Remaxes, and there was no other choice. You worked at a Remax.
Remax was the cheapest at the time. 100 grand a year in fees, and I saved a couple $100 grand if I would have worked at a rheology company. So that was the best company.
You jumped to KW. You're the #1 agent at KW. You're there for 5 years, and you recruit people. You bring people on. What was your profit? What was your profit share like?
The highest check I ever got was $1,200. Dude, you got to think about it. These fools are buying expensive cars on corporate dollar, paying 50 grand a month in rent. They're having lavish parties. They have way more employees than they need. And at the end of the day, all these stars have to align. All this profit share things have to happen. And then you get this little grains of whatever. And then it's, no, dude, that's why I like eXp. But here's what you got to hear. Here's what every agent needs to hear.
Yeah.
When you get to a certain point in your production and a certain amount of years in, I was 20-something years in, I'm like, dude, there's more out there for me. I want to be a broker. If I'm training all these agents, I might as well profit off of them. Great. Every agent thinks this. I need to start a company. Thinking that I'm going to own an escrow company, a mortgage company, a home warranty company, a termite company, all these things that I learned from property management, I'm just going to do with real estate agents. So what do? You buy a franchise. Now, I'm going to tell you something, I swear to God. Other than eXp, HOMESMART is the best real estate company in the nation. Listen to me say it again. Other than eXp, HOMESMART is the only option because it's
You tried to bring me over to HOMESMART several times.
I didn't know about eXp.
And you're not somebody that's like, you're not a recruiter. You're not like, you weren't like dialing like, dude, Serpa, it would benefit me financially a great deal if you came over to HOMESMART. You were just like, Serpa, there's a good opportunity right now for you. You don't need people like I don't need people, but there's good. It's a great company at HOMESMART. How long were you at HOMESMART?
5 years.
5 years. So you're not somebody that jumps around. You are somebody that, you're a company man. Like 5 years at KW, you spent 5 years at HOMESMART. Before that, you were with Remax for a good chunk of time.
My whole life.
How many offices do you own at HOMESMART now, or did you own it with HOMESMART?
So I'll finish the story a little bit. So
talk to me.
So the broker goes, I want to benefit off all these agents. If I'm going to train them, I want to hold their hands, nurture them. I don't want to go on listing appointments at 9 o'clock anymore. I don't want to show buyers at 4 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon anymore. I'm going to be this big broker. We write this big fat check to buy a franchise, right? Now you need brick and mortar. Now you need copy machines. Now you need coffee machines. I hate freaking coffee. You need to clean carpets, buy all this crap, right? It's like, dude, so I wrote checks for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, hey, we better get it going. Now we start hiring agents. But at a flat fee company that's only charging $500 a deal, dude, you got to do a lot of deals. So what do? You start hiring a bunch of agents. You take anybody on. You're taking all this craziness, all this liability on, and now you get to 100. Well, geez, I'm so bad. Ooh, I'm going to go get a second office. And then when I get to 500, I'm going to be rich. Now you get to 300 agents. Oh my gosh, 4 offices, 300 agents. Now don't get me wrong. I loved every single one of my agents from the bottom of my heart. They were my babies. I was their daddy. I raised them. I gave them food. I fed them. I breastfed them. I fed them when they were infants. I did all this crazy stuff, right?
Hey, you got nipples.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, here's what happens. Pipes bursting, workman's comp claims, unemployment, people calling in sick, people stealing your computers. Like, dude, you get calls in the middle of the night, your alarm's going off, you've had like 4 glasses of wine, and you're like, I don't remember the code, I don't know. I mean, just stupid stuff. It's like, dude, it's a lot of work. So now I'm just a manager. I'm not that trainer. I'm not that coach. I'm not that loving person I used to be.
You don't have that independence that you thought you were going to have. You purchased independence. You purchased this box. And then the next thing that you know, you're paying this lease on this piece of land. And like you have salaries that you have to pay. And like, I remember the shift for me because I was a minority owner in a company and a minority owner in an escrow company where I was like, this is getting so big where it no longer feels like it's something that I am a part of. It no longer feels like something that is representing me. And a lot of times we get something and it grows so big and so monstrous, and you're catering to all the people that aren't even willing to help themselves, and you miss out on the opportunities to help the people that really want to work hard.
Yeah, you just basically spend a lot of money. The bigger you get, the less money you make. And that's not my intention. That's like a for sale by owner, right? Let's put our house on the market, accept all the liability, pay for all the marketing, have the buyer come and cut out the middleman. Now we took lower than if we would have hired an agent, accepted all the liability. That wasn't the for sale by owner's intention. It's just like a broker. The broker is the most broke. Like, dude, like, holy crap. So here I am.
Honestly, this is where I'm at. Like with being a broker owner and whatnot, like it's like these are the calls that I have been getting all week. 2 calls. 1, I'm super loyal to my broker. I love them. I feel bad, but I know what is happening in the market. I know what I need to do. I see what everyone is doing. I need to leave. Call 1. Call 2. I have this big team, or I have this big brokerage, or I'm a broker owner, and it's not making me as much money as I thought it was going to be making me. It's shifting. I'm losing all my good agents. I have nothing to offer them. I need to shift, but I don't know how to do it.
David.
What's that?
So we're talking to the same people.
Those are the 2 people, buddy. I got a huge team. I have no idea what to do, or I don't know how to do all. Like, it's heartbreaking. I feel for people. So tell me about these calls that you've been fielding.
So here's the deal. Since I was a big broker owner, I'm getting a lot of those, just like you said. I'm losing agents. I'm having to reduce my commission splits to compete with the 100% companies. They're all going away. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the technology. I don't have the tools. I don't have any of this stuff, and I can't handle the stress. Worst of all, I can't handle the overhead and the payments anymore. So I'm like, okay, let me love and cuddle you through that one. I mean, dude. And then the other calls I'm getting is mega teams. Like, they're like, dude, here's what I've been telling people, and we should really talk about this about eXp. You are so like scarred. Like, I would go, who hurt Serpa? Here's the reality. We hired mega teams. We trained them. We put all our time, energy. They completely stab you in the back, leave to go to another company. They leave the company because it's awkward to be around you, and all that for nothing. Now at eXp, I want to build this mega team of 50 people at a time. When they leave, I'm going to kiss them on the lips. I'm going to say, when can we go to lunch next week? How can I fulfill your destiny? How can I coach you? How can I train you? How can I make you learn how to recruit? How can I do all these things? You are still going to be my best friend. Here's out of the nest. I'm going to give you your wings and extras, and boom. And I know they'll never leave the company, because nobody would ever leave eXp that was smart. So I will make money off them for the rest of our lives. I will
That's
still support
exactly
them.
right. So the thing is you get a chance to start you essentially start your own company. And in this company, if you want to run a team, you could run a team. You can. You don't have to. But these people that are on your team, it will financially benefit you when they leave and start their own team. Because they don't want to leave eXp. They have stock. They have all these different things. They've been buying into it. They've been getting all these different benefits. So tell me why you're 33 days at eXp.
Let's talk about it. It's so. First of all, I have to say what I'm going to say. I have to say what I was thinking right now. I was just talking to my team this morning, and a lot of people are so curious to A, wonder what it's like to work with Team Bjorkman, or B, wonder what it's like to work at eXp. I want to build this mega team, right? So I'm starting a class in a few weeks. It's going to be a 12-week series. Every week for an hour or two, we're going to get together, and I'm going to train them on everything they need to know about real estate. Building a team, for sale by owners, open houses, expireds, all the normal stuff, online leads. I'm going to actually put them in our sync and Ylopo and conversion. I'm going to bring them into the world. I'm going to show them what it looks like day to day to work on a team. So know where they're either going to A, join Team Bjorkman, B, be screaming awesome agents after that, or C, join eXp or all the above. But I'm going to give these agents a buy or a try before you buy, right? Come feel what it's like to be on our team. Come feel what it's like to build a team. Come feel what it's like to have literally thousands of leads at your disposal for free.
Are you doing that just locally, or is that something that you're doing with expansions, or how are you fostering that?
You're going to get my mind going. But yeah, I wanted to do it locally within, 20, 30-mile radius at first. I feel like people for some reason are really intimidated by Tammy and I, and they think we're these mega agents that are too good for everybody. And all the agents that we interview, they go, I don't think we can go up to your standards. I'm like, dude, you sell 2 houses a month, I'll love you. Like, I don't need 20 houses a month. You sell 2 a month on my team, and you're like,
we no longer have the overhead that we used to have.
Yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, so let's go back to what you're saying. So I didn't want to make this big live. I'm now at eXp, da-da-da-da-da. And so I said, let's just give it 30 days. So there's 4 disruptors in eXp that I was really turned on by, right? So number 1 was the cloud-based brokerage. Now I'm a cartoon. I'm walking into this weird video game. I didn't want to do it. I said, you know what? I worked at all these companies. I never once logged into their crap. I don't even know how to log into WinForms, for God's sakes, right? So I'm like, I won't need it. So what do? I play with it. I go talk to the broker. I go talk to agent experience. I go talk to onboarding. I'm like, dude, I've never been so productive in 28 years of real estate. I've never been so productive in my life. I talk to the broker team. I talk to all my admin support. I go to a class. I drive around on a little boat. And I'm done with all that in an hour and a half. And I'm doing it in my freaking underwear, right? Dude, I don't dress anymore. There's no reason to, right?
And the thing is, one of the first coaching calls that I ever got on, you were doing it from your walk-in closet with no pants on. And it was in the beginning of Club Wealth, and there was 4 people. In the beginning of Club Wealth. In the beginning of Club Wealth, there were 4. And it was you and me and 2 other guys. I think Holiday was on there. And you said, dude, I'm not even wearing pants. And you stood up and you were just like, and you showed everybody that you weren't wearing pants. We can't do that anymore at eXp or at Club Wealth because it's gotten so big. But in the beginning, in Mike's closet where it started.
So here, that was bitching. So right now I love this cloud. This cloud is so amazing. It is the most ingenious, convenient, productive thing I've ever done, right? So let's go to number 2. Let's talk about
really quick, the cloud. Because I still haven't bought into the cloud. I'm always a late adapter of everything. I was the last person to get an iPhone. I was the last person to get on Facebook. I'm the last person to do everything every single time. I'm like, listen, I could run my business on Facebook. I don't need to be in the cloud. Why the cloud? For somebody that feels like they can do all without it.
Reword that. Let's call it a national brokerage, right? It's a national brokerage. You're in Temecula. I'm in LA. Our friends are in Dallas. Our friends are in Florida. It's all the same, but we just go into this virtual Facebook where we all hang out, but we can actually talk and see each other instead of type, right? So that is how business should be done. All right, now I have to move on.
Yeah, go ahead. Second point.
We could spend a lot of time on that. We're going to kill an hour here.
Second point, homie, get to it.
But the lead generation opportunities. Now, we have KV Core, which is conversion, most people know, for freaking $50 a month, along with this huge suite of other crap. And I'm just blown away by how much. But dude, in the last 30 days, I've been diving into the stuff I normally would never touch. There is the most unbelievable marketing, the most unbelievable training. This cloud has everything, but we call it lead gen, but all the support, the tools, the technology, everything is in this dashboard. So simple, so easy to grab and use and understand. Everything you need is right there. So the ability to create leads as a normal agent, this is second to none. I've been at every company. I've helped design other companies' stuff. This is mind blowing, right? So as an agent, if you're listening, leads, forget it. You're going to have more leads than you know what to do with. Third thing, let's talk about, I worked at Remax 19 years. I worked at KW 5 years. I worked at HomeSmart 5 years. I never walked away with a retirement plan. I never was part owner of the company. I have stock. I've been at this company 30 days. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in stock that I got as a thank you gift for free. I've done nothing different than I've always done, and I'm getting paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in my first 30 days. I have almost 100 people in my organization already, and stock is raining on me. The stock that I looked at for $3 a share is now 18 or 17 or whatever it is. I don't even care. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely mind-blowing.
100 plus people already?
I will by the end of next week, yeah. So it's like, dude, I'm like, come on, man. I've never had that stock before. I've never, as an agent, we don't have retirement. We're only good at two things, not paying taxes and not saving money, right? Now I have an X strategy that's unbelievable. And then let's talk about rev share. That's the fourth disruptor. We have no more brick and mortar. We have no more expensive anything. This company is using our caps to distribute among us. We are getting paid, rightfully so, for helping people join the company. And it's natural. It's organic. When you love the company you're at, it comes naturally. It comes easily. It is what it is. I'm excited to tell you and you and you and you because it's changed my life. If there's something life-changing, I have to tell people about it. I cannot not. Right?
You do it anyway. When you move into a neighborhood that you're excited about, you tell everyone about the neighborhood that you moved into.
Yeah,
or a restaurant, pizza place that you love, you tell everybody about the new pizza place. When you go to a new place where you love to work, you tell everybody about the new place that you love to work at. And the thing is it's not like you just showed up, Bjorkman. You've been here for 33 days.
Yeah.
I've been here now for 4 months. We're not a couple of people that are just like, oh my God, eXp, dreams, we're selling dreams. We're like, hey, listen, this is what is actually going on. Here it is. This is what it breaks down to. And right now you're talking about rev share and what those opportunities are. And was that your fourth, rev share?
Yeah. So here's what I figured out. And I know you're working on some cool calculations for rev share. Here's what I know and what I tell people. If you hire one agent that hires one agent over the next 5 years, that hires one agent that hires one agent, you're going to make $100,000 a year. Everybody on this call, $100,000 would vitally change their life. Extra. That $10,000 pays all my house bills, all of them, my electricity, my house payment, all this stuff. $10,000 takes care of that, right? I will hit that before March. Like, big deal. Then here's what I know also. If 5 hire 5 that hire 5 that hire 5 that hire 5 over 5 years, $500,000 a year, $500,000 a year, I can live pretty good on. Well, I can live okay on, but it's still life-changing for me.
You just have to run the numbers. We're not telling you to recruit. In fact, you don't want, unlike every other brokerage where you just had to have everybody in order to survive, it's a lot better to have 15 to 20 people that are just going to kind of do them.
Right.
They're not going to be begging for everything all the time.
Here's what happens at normal brokerages. As an ex-broker owner, I will tell you, they say all the coaches, there are coaches for broker owners. They say, tell all your agents to bring in 3 agents and you'll give them $300 or $500. You bring in 3 agents to eXp, you're gonna make $50,000 next year. There's like as long as they're like somewhat normal agents. I mean, dude,
bro, let me just say this right now. Like, I worked at a flat fee company where because of the size of the team and because of my reputation and the amount of people that I brought there, and I was not an owner, this is a different flat fee company. I was just practicing real estate, and I got paid like $180 a month on top of everything. And I was like, cool, because I brought enough people, I'm doing real estate for free. Now I look at something like that. I was like, if I had the same size team and the same group of people that were here now, and if they all left and did their own things and half of them stayed at eXp, I wouldn't even be you wouldn't even be hearing from me right now. I'd be off volunteering on 289 acres trying to get homeless veterans with a roof over the head. I wouldn't be doing business. But it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, we're getting there. So anyway, I went off on another tirade. I tend to do that. The numbers don't lie.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with one thing, right? If I can get 50 agents over the next 5 years, I will retire in this business. This company is in its infancy. We're under 16,000 agents. We're going to blow up to well over several 100,000, way bigger
Break
than
that down really quick for people, and then I want to go get in the cut and keep, and then we're going to wrap it up. The numbers don't lie, because I keep telling people this is a snowball. It's going downhill right now. It's like REO in the way that when people saw the opportunity, they saw the shift, they were like, I have to get out ahead of this, or I'm going to miss out on the opportunity. So whether you feel bad for your broker, you feel bad for all your agents, this is an opportunity that you can bring them in on, in that it is early. It will always be one of the cheapest places and most valuable places to practice real estate, but you will not always have the opportunity that you have right now, and that there's 16,000 agents at eXp right now. Can you tell people what that means? And then I want to get to your cut and keep.
It's hard to describe. I mean, if you call me offline, I can run through the numbers with you. We're not allowed to say certain things and make certain claims, but I'm just very averages out there. But if we unlock all 7 levels and we hire 40 agents, we unlock that 7th level. The way those numbers spread as far and deep as possible, it's a multiplier that's hey, let me just put it this way. I do everything in layman's terms. If you talk to an agent today about eXp, that agent is worth minimum $16,000 a year to you, probably closer to $32,000 or more. So when I go to $1 million listing appointment, I'm thinking I'm going to get 30 grand, right? So I treat every agent as a $1 million listing appointment, because in actuality, when you run the numbers, minimum 16,000 a year from the same. It's like selling $1 million house every year, because these are bringing in people like food. So I can go over the
Ken Krotz, and I love you, Ken. He says, "So what's the big deal, anyways?" And it's one of those. Hey, Ken, give us a call. We'll talk to you about it. There's this great opportunity. It's called eXp.
Hi, Ken. We love you, man. I can't wait to see you next month. All right. So
about eXp, I keep hearing about it, but no specifics. Ken, either one of us, holler at your boy, and we'll let you know what time it is. The thing is, Ken is a fellow guy that we have masterminded with in the past, and we love you, Ken. Whenever you want to talk numbers, buddy, we're ready to do it. So let's get to your Ken, just on like a personal level, I miss you, buddy.
He's the greatest. Seattle, baby. Ken Krotz from Seattle.
Okay,
right.
So
what do I want to keep? What do I want to keep?
Lost my ability to put in cut and keep because it's BeLive and it tweaks out. But tell me, in this shifting market, if you had to cut something, what would you cut right now?
Crappy clients that aren't appreciative.
Okay. Why?
Because there's a lot better ones that are ready to buy, ready to sell now. You can make a lot more money dealing with motivated people that are nice to you than unmotivated people that you're chasing around.
So you still think that it's an abundant market and that there are more clients available and that there's still an opportunity cost in chasing after the bad ones?
Agents are giving up left and right, and they're getting desperate, and they're working with people that are abusive. It's like my nonprofit or charity for this month. Stop working with jerks. Just love yourself. When they see how much you love yourself, they will love you. Communicate with them, treat them the way they're supposed to, and they will refer an abundant amount of people to you. Don't miss out on the opportunities. Don't miss out on management. Don't miss out on REO. Don't miss out on eXp. Don't miss out on all the free training and all the great technology. Don't miss out. have FOMO and reach out to us and ask some questions. Ask some real questions. Numbers don't lie. I wish I could show in my phone how much I made this month off of talking to good people like you. I mean,
which is like the most tempting thing to always do is just be like, just look at my phone. Just look at my phone and see the money. But like, you can't do it. It's illegal. Don't ask. Don't even ask. Recruit. Of course, that's what we're doing. Hey, you know what we're doing? We're attracting quality agents, Ken. And I just don't know if you're one of them.
Right. And you know what? My good friend Rob Flick says, we're looking for people that are looking for us. Right? We're looking for people.
Great joke that this guy says. He says he walks up to a group of women and he says, "Which one of you wants me?" And that's what we're doing right now. We're just saying, "Which one of you wants me?" Now, what's your keep? What's your buy?
I am going to stay addicted to spreading the word about this unbelievable company, and I'm going to commit to this company to make it better and better and better and better. And I'm going to change the lives. I love to coach. I love to train. I love to love. That's all I'm going to do is help agents make a huge difference in their life. I'm going to give them every tool they need. I'm going to be there to support them 150%. And I will always do what I say and make you be who you want to be, how you want to be, what you want to be, when you want to be. And I just like changing lives. I've done it over the years. I've turned homeless people into millionaires, right? Look at my partner, Tammy. Her best story, not at a product. Chick's making $1 million a year. 5 years ago, was sleeping on a couch. I did that, right? I mean, I shouldn't say that she's going to hate me.
You were a big part of it. You were a big part of it.
People do that. Yeah.
I was a shooting star, and you were definitely an adapter, and you were like, hey, I could help her, and she could help me, and we could get big together.
Dude, I've pulled more girls out of Jack-in-the-Box windows and put them into real estate school, more dudes out of tire stores, and completely changed their life. I can tell who has it and who doesn't, and I say, you get into real estate. You get into real estate.
I love you, bud. I love you for that. You're a good dude. Ken Crotcher said he just hired 2 Redfin agents.
Yes.
Ken, good job, brother.
Those poor guys are making
the season. Everyone right now, it is October. It's officially recruiting season. October, November, December. Everyone's like, you know what? I'm done. This year's a wash, or I want to prepare for a successful next year, or whatever. So people are moving. The phone call, my phone is buzzing. I'm telling you right now, I still have not returned all the phone calls that I need to return from a couple of days ago, which is why I keep telling people, talk to Golden, talk to Daron Campbell. I work for a few hours a day because I have family around and I have things that I want to do. But like, there are people that will answer these questions for you. One of them is Mike Bjorkman. Mike, how can people reach you, brother?
Let's see. Mike at teambjorkman.com. Mike at teambjorkman.com. Facebook, really? Dude, Facebook is the way I live. Facebook.
There it is. Just send Mike a message right now. Just say, hey, Mike, I heard what you said about eXp. I love you. You seem super interesting. I just want to be in your mastermind group with you and Serpa, and then jump in. The water's fine.
The water's perfect.
Recruit. Love you, Ken Krotz. Talk to you soon, buddy. Congrats on your new freshly hired Redfin agents. We will talk to you soon, handsome. Thank you, Bjorkman.
Thank you, Serpa. I love you, man.
Love you, buddy. Talk to you soon. Bye.